Hello. How are you? Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. We're so excited you're here. You're muted, Case. Casey, you're
So Blair, real quick before you start recording. Oh, you already are recording.
It is. It records on the way in. What's that?
Okay. I'm doing a live at the same time. So if you see me talking, I'm
Yeah,
paying
no worries.
attention to my mute. Okay.
No worries at all. We're here
All
to
right. Are we ready for me to start?
you know what? We got one little minute. We're just excited.
Okay.
Everybody's finding their way on right now. So let's just give everybody one little second because we got a lot of people loading on right now. Awesome. I see Angelica. Hi, 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 everybody. We're so excited you're here. Look at all the beautiful made up faces. We are about to learn some cool stuff. We are having so much fun in this virtual classroom, getting to connect in a way that we never have before with so many women. This, I think, is our number 6 Zoom, where we're doing our beauty on a budget. And this is just the beginning. And we have touched about 300 lives already. So it's so exciting because we know that this is something that women are enjoying. They're enjoying learning on their own time. Just tips and tricks for makeup, right? Like we all want to look and feel beautiful, even if we're at home. I don't know about you guys, but I took a shower this morning and I feel so good. I put on some of my favorite lip color and it just really does make the day feel so good. So we want to welcome our guest. If you're a guest, if you'll pop in the chat and just say, I'm a guest and who invited you, we would love to just say thank you for joining us. We are all very excited because today is a special day because it's the last day of the first ever sale in LimeLife. So we've never had a sale. So we're so excited because we're still doing what we do. We're featuring our amazing products, and Casey's about to tell you about our company. But you are going to love getting to learn every single week from another amazing woman who, you know, Angelica is a great example. She's not a makeup artist, but you know what? She absolutely is someone who has passion for makeup. And when she found this, she found an outlet that she loves. So gonna get to meet her, but we're gonna just learn a little bit real quickly about LimeLife and how this brand even started, how we had a $4 million day. Like we broke all records, we doubled our records. We had a $5 million day. Women love this product. They love this brand. You're so fortunate that you found it. I didn't find it for my whole life. I'm 51 and I didn't find it till a few years ago. And I feel like it's the best kept secret. Every day when I put on my makeup, I look at my skin and I look at my face and I'm just like, wow. So if you've experienced it, I know you feel it. And if you haven't, you are going to be amazed. So Casey, I'm going to turn it over to you. Oh, you're still talking.
So, hey, okay. So guys, I am so excited to, I'm doubling up right now. I'm showing my network what Zoom is all about. So I'm kind of looking at 2 screens, but I have the honor and privilege of telling you, our guest, who and what LimeLife by Alcone is. For those of you who have never experienced LimeLife, I know Blair just told you a little bit about what these guys are all about, but you know, in a face-to-face experience, we get to tell you everything there is to know about LimeLife. So we like to kind of recreate that here in the Zoom. So LimeLife by Alcone was founded by the family that owns the Alcone store, which is a retail store based in New York City that celebrity makeup artists and celebrities shop from. And still to this day, but for over 65 years, that retail store in New York City was serving only celebrity makeup artists and celebrities. And what was happening over the years was those celebrity makeup artists were putting the Alcone product on their celebrity clients, and therefore the celebrities were falling in love with these products. So those makeup artists would say, hey, okay, this is Alcone, go to this Alcone store to purchase it. And the celebrity makeup artists were actually sending business away, right? A makeup artist sells their service. They don't necessarily have a product in hand to sell. Well, the family that owns that Alcone store, the Millardi family, they recognized that these makeup artists were ultimately building their empire and building their name and marketing for them and not getting any kickback for it. So Michelle, one of our CEOs and one of the adult daughters of the Millardi family, she essentially dreamt up LimeLife by Alcone. And she searched high and low for a business model that would support those makeup artists. And she actually thought she needed to dodge direct sales because of the stigma. But the more she looked into what direct sales was all about and how it really does work in compounding, she knew that was the answer. And so she filtered the Alcone product, the professional makeup brand, into this model. And that's how LimeLife was born. Alongside that, he was working, or she has a very friend that was affected by cancer, and one of their conversations was that if she were to ever go into skincare, that she would definitely make sure that the skincare she brought to the public was a safe and healthy skincare. So Michelle made it a mission of hers to create a safe and healthy option for women. And so that's who we are as an all natural skincare line, is something that is safe and healthy that complements our professional makeup. So we were focused on our beautiful color that Angelica is going to tell us about and show us how to make it pop for everyday women, because this pro makeup is awesome and any woman can use it. But know that our natural skincare is phenomenal, and you've got to get your hands on it. If you have never experienced it, talk to the beauty guy that's invited you, and we will put samples in the mail and walk you through something that is customized for your skin type. So that's just in a nutshell of who we are. There's so much more goodness to know. So, but we want to get to the good stuff today. So thank you so much.
Yes, we're so excited. So yes, this is a brand that's been around for decades. People just didn't know about it. There is a store in New York City, and this was the first ever professional brand to go out into the public. So we get to use what Hollywood used. We are using what celebrity artists use. We are using what, it's been on thousands of famous faces. So it's like such a blessing. So when you see someone wear the product, there's something different about it because of the way it was formulated as a professional brand, which has no fillers. It's pure pigment. It goes on easily. It just allows you to be a professional without actually knowing one. None of us are professionals. I tell people all the time, I'm not a real makeup artist, although I feel like one because I've been in makeup for 30 years. But this brand right here, it took it over the top so that you could really feel incredibly honored to be offering this line. Okay, so Angelica, we're so excited you're here. I'm going to go ahead and spotlight you so that you're on the big screen. And we are so excited because basically what we're doing every week is we are spotlighting some of our amazing artists who are just in love with this product. She's a mommy. She's got 3 children. She works from home. She's creative. And when she found this product, she learned how to become more of a makeup guru, and she'll share that with you as she's teaching. But I'm going to put you on the big screen. We are excited to have you here for our lunch and learn. There you are, Miss Gorgeous Angelica. So thank you so much for joining us. Wow, I love this. I always ask that we come on with half our face because of this botanical foundation. And I'll just tell you, and you have to unmute yourself. I'll just tell you that unfortunately, our palette sold out, but our individual foundations did not. So I'm looking at this amazing foundation and I'm thinking, you really could just get that whole look with our $36 foundation. So that's exciting. The sale really did sell out quickly of a few items, and we didn't expect the foundation to go, but it's because it's the #1 seller in this configuration. So you can still get it. You just can't get it in the 3-well palette on the sale. So I'm going to hand it over to you, Angelica. We're so excited. Tell us what you got going on over there, girl. You got half your face. It looks like it's gotten a full lift over there.
Hey everyone. So yes, half of my face is done, and I mean the coverage is phenomenal. Takes literally seconds to get. Like Blair said, I'm a makeup artist, but I am no professional by any means. I am self-taught. And honestly, I just fell in love with everything with LimeLife. I actually came in for the skincare and just fell in love with that, and then it just rolled downhill from there. And I was a makeup junkie before, but now I am an extreme makeup junkie. So yes, our foundation, if you can tell, my face is carrying a lot of redness right now. This homeschooling thing is stressing me out, so I've got a lot of redness going on. Thank goodness for good skincare, keeping my face hydrated and feeling fresh. So I just used our botanical foundation. Like Blair said, you can get it right now we're sold out of this palette, but you can still get your foundation. We can get you color matched. If you guys are not familiar with the foundation, it is 50% pigmented. It is wax-based. I mean, it gives you that flawless look because it sits on top of your skin, does not sink into those pores and those fine lines. And then most makeup products that you see on the market run about 17 to 23% pigmented. So a little bit goes a long way when you're using our concealers and our foundations. So what I have on my face right now, I'm a Shinto 1. And so you can kind of see it's just neutralizing that redness on my face, and it's giving me that full coverage look. I actually had a little bit of a breakout this morning, and it's covered really well. So you can get your foundation for $36, like Blair said. You can also add some concealers in there. We have several different kinds. And then let me show you. Here's kind of what a variety of those concealers look like. So we have a good variety for everyone. So I just started with my blender full. That's what this is. It's a little makeup applicator. It's very porous. It is perfect for this foundation and this concealer. Great for applying because you have this side of it where you can just smush it in, and then you have a very good side for like your concealers. And that's how I got this side of my face done. Before I started, I have a makeup priming spray. This is phenomenal because if you don't prime, it's just not going to stick, you guys. So I suggest always priming, and then before putting your makeup on, get a fresh face because that's what sets your canvas basically for the day. If you guys are not familiar with our skincare, we have two amazing cleansers. We have our Dream Clean Cleanser, which is great for oily, acne-prone, normal skin. I actually use this at night. I have combination skin, so this helps basically clean my face for nighttime so that way my skin can rejuvenate. And then we have our Quench Cleanse, which is more of a lotion cleanser. It's very gentle. I use this in the morning to help with hydration, so it's really good for dry. It's really good for sensitive, mature skin. And that's what keeps my face balanced because my backstory, I struggled with acne since my teens. I've been on so many medications and different skin regimens, and nothing really stuck until I started with LimeLife. So both of those cleansers help balance my skin out. And again, I have combination skin. If you guys don't know what that is, it can go from really dry to really oily super fast. We also have an amazing moisturizer. This is what I use during the day and at night. It's very hydrating. It's great for sensitive skin. This is what keeps my skin from flaking. So if you guys do not know, we do have the Fresh Start collection on sale for $35. It's typically $44. You can pick your cleanser, and right now we have just a skin therapy moisturizer, but this is good for all skin types. Again, $35. So if you are curious about that, definitely hit your beauty guide up. So going into our makeup, I went ahead, I washed my face this morning. I primed it with our priming spray. If you guys are curious about it, we do have the spray collection with both a setting spray and a priming spray. And we have two different setting sprays, which I'll get to later. So I'm going to just take my blender full. If you guys don't know about this, you would like it damp. This is what expands it, and this is how you're going to get that good application because this is a wax-based foundation.
And can we just stop for a minute because your whole right side of your face looks like you've had a facelift. I put it out there, but I want to make sure everybody sees the difference in her right side of her face with just using a foundation that is botanical, that has got all the goodness in it, that really does help decrease lines and wrinkles. And it looks like you've had a little mini facelift. So I just had to stop and celebrate that.
Right. And if you guys can see how red my left side is, and then just how neutralized my right is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I didn't use concealer today. I typically use that around my eyes when I'm doing my eye makeup looks, but this is just the foundation itself, no concealer. I know a lot of makeup regimens, they do all this crazy stuff with concealer. Y'all, I'm a mom of 3. I don't have time for that. So So we're keeping it simple with just the foundation. So I just took like the bigger side of my Blunderful. I like to just kind of twist it in there just to get that pigment on there. And I smoosh it on my face, because this is how I'm gonna get that pigment to stick. And you can twist it in too. And this is how it's gonna get that texture of your skin. And then it just kind of melts as you're depositing it. You guys can see that is just one application. That is not, you know, 500 pumps of a product. Because this is the main reason I fell in love with this makeup, is it's so simple, but you get amazing results with it.
Most of us came off of using a liquid foundation and like a wet dry on top, and our makeup always disappeared by the end of the day. And I think it's because that liquid just, you know, our skin absorbed it as moisturizer. This has this incredible beeswax finish that literally allows it to sit on the surface. So you know, most of us had never seen anything like this. So it's fascinating, because there's a little learning curve in using this, right? Like, it's not like a swipe.
Right. So this foundation, like Blair said, most liquid foundations sink into your skin, like it absorbs it. And then sometimes when it absorbs it like that, it oxidizes too when it sits on there long enough. I actually, when I first started using this makeup, I came off of a liquid foundation out of a pump bottle. And I can't tell you how frustrating it was for me, because I was not getting the results I wanted. I had to keep applying it on my face. I felt like my face was just sucking all up. Again, you guys, I have combination skin. So when it did that, it also made it more oily. And I actually have pictures of when I was using that foundation versus what I'm using now. And it's day and night. And again, you know, this is easy, because I cannot tell you how much time I wasted just trying to get it out of a pump bottle. Versus just twisting and smooshing. So, but there is a little bit of a difference, because if you swipe it, you're going to swipe that pigment off with it instead of depositing it. Also, you want to kind of keep your foundation a little warm. So when I'm getting ready in the morning, I just have it in like the back of my jean pocket when I'm running around like a crazy person, or in my hoodie, just to keep it warm, because that's how you're going to get like the best application, and that's how it's going to spread. And that prevents you from using too much. And then same with your concealer. That's why I'm a big fan of just this palette, because it's all in one. I don't have to worry about grabbing this, grabbing that. It's all there. So I just use my foundation. Again, you can use your concealer if you need it. I know people contour as well. So that's what this darker shade is for. When I'm doing this look, I like to prime my eyelids to keep it on, because when you don't prime, you're not going to get the pigment you want. So our 00 concealer is perfect for that. So I'm just going to take the tip of my Blunderful, and I'm going to just twist it right into there. And I'm just going to apply it on my eyelid. So you see how bright this side is versus this side. And this is what's going to help make that color pop for you guys. Not to mention, it's going to help the pigment stick to your eyelid. And again, I was able to get both sides done with just one little twist. And I'm just patting it or smooshing it onto my eyelid. And if it gets a little messy, do not worry. You can always go back and clean up. And then I'm doing extra smushes, because if you have any area on your eyelid where there's a little bit more, you're going to have uneven pigment going on. And this is just great with any powder you're using. So maybe if you're using a highlighter color, you want that to stick. So I'm going to show you what we're going to be using. So I have my little palette here. I've got rose colored in here. I've got Gilded Lily. I have Yas Queen. And then I have Sweet Dreams. So this is a perfect just on the go palette. It can go from day to night. you can go as dramatic as you want to as natural as you want with these colors. They are absolutely gorgeous. All right, so now that we got our eyelids primed, we're gonna just start with the basics. So what I love about these palettes is, like I said, you can transform from all natural for the day to really dramatic for night. So we're just gonna build our way up. So right now, I'm gonna take that rose colored glass look right here. And this is just a bigger eyeshadow brush because I don't want a smaller one because I want that pigment to be deposited where I want it. So, and I'm just kind of patting it in at this point because just like our foundation, I want this to be deposited and not swiped off. So you can kind of see the difference, how this is more brown versus this side. And this is what's going to give you that easy transition and contrast when you're doing your makeup look. Because typically I use 2 different colors for that crease area because I want it to go so smooth. I don't want any harsh lines. I don't want it to look just not natural. So that's why I'm doing that. And again, I'm just kind of feeling where my eyeball socket is, and that's where I'm depositing a lot of this. And again, we're doing the packing motion where, just like this, we're not swiping, because when you swipe, you're swiping off that pigment, and that's not what we want to do.
Is that your favorite eyeshadow brush?
This one, it is one of my favorites. I will say that. I use typically 5 different brushes for a lot of the looks I use. This is definitely the top one, especially when I want to do that quick, I gotta go look.
And which one is that? Which number is that?
So this one is number 7.
Okay.
And if you guys are not familiar, it's part of the Essentials brush collection. That's one of the ones I got on sale, and I absolutely love it. So again, we're just packing. So super, super simple. Now you can kind of go in. And again, I'm still using that darker or that bigger brush. And
yeah, that's my favorite brush too. That's the best brush.
It is perfect for trying to get around that eye socket where your crease is. It's a very, very flexible brush. The reason why this is so good for that is because you see how far your bristles are out. This allows that pigment to spread without packing in one little spot. Because like I said, I'm not gonna lie, you guys, blending is my cardio. I do this all I need a shirt that says blending is my cardio, because that's how I get all my eyeshadow looks. That's how I get my foundation. So I'm just kind of going in with Yasmin and just kind of putting a little bit of color in there, right where we kind of put the rose colored. And you don't need much. You're just wanting a little bit in this look. So it kind of just gives it that dramatic effect, but it doesn't look overwhelming. And that's exactly what we want. And then you can kind of move to like the corner of your eye and bring that in. And again, we are just packing it in. And if you guys are getting a little messy, that is okay. The best thing about makeup, it's super easy to clean. And the best way to learn is just to get your hands dirty. That is actually how I learned to do a lot of my makeup.
If you have questions, feel free to either unmute and ask if she's in something where she can answer, and then feel free to put those in the chat. We'll be watching for them too.
All right, so we got that pretty dark. It's still natural looking now, you guys, so don't worry. So I'm just gonna take my blender full. It still has a little bit of concealer on it. I'm just gonna kind of clean up the corner of my eye, because typically when you're doing your crease, you're gonna have a little bit of powder deposit like where you don't want it. And when you're doing that, You want to clean it up so it's not so messy, especially when you're working with two different types of pigment. So in this case, we're going to go lighter, so we don't want any dark pigment hitting that area. So I just went in with my blender bowl, just kind of cleaned it up a little bit. And then so I'm going to actually use my smaller eyeshadow brush for this. This is 20, so it's our smaller eyeshadow brush. And then I'm actually going to go in. This one's Sweet Dreams up here. So I'm just going to take a little bit of that. You don't need much. And I'm actually going to go right in the corner of my eye and just deposit just a little bit there. Because when you do that, that's what makes your eyes really pop.
You can play up your eye more there than anywhere else because that is the darkest area of your face. So you like completely neutralize a shadow with that Sweet Dreams, which is like one of our best favorite, most beautiful shadows.
Yes, like everyone needs to have Sweet Dreams in their palette. I actually had a client right before the Zoom ask me if I could customize a palette for her, which y'all, that is just my jam. I love customizing palettes. So I was like, you gotta have this. I don't care what you have right now, you need to have it. Because it goes with almost every type of palette you can customize. It is great for, I'm gonna show you later how to highlight that eyebrow bone with that Sweet Dreams. And it also is great for just the inner corner. I have done a lot of dramatic looks where I use it for a spotlight in the middle of my eyelid. And it's great for just highlighting in general. So if you're looking like contouring, I like to use it like on my nose and then like a little bit on top of my cheekbones just to try and give it that little shimmer because it's just that perfect color for that. So we did Sweet Dreams on the corners. So I'm going to actually go back in with our favorite color. And that is our 23 Gilded Lily. It's that pretty lavender color, which like Casey is one of my favorites. And this time I'm kind of doing like a packing slash swiping motion because I want to get it right in the center of my eyelid. So that way it kind of looks like it's a gradient. It's kind of fading and from dark to light. And you guys, this is like the type of looks I do when I actually have to go to work and I'm in a hurry. So
how long does it take you to do your shadow in the morning?
The shadow, it can take me anywhere between maybe 10 minutes tops. And that is from shadow, like priming, shadow, eyeliner. Like it won't take me long. It just depends on how I'm feeling that morning. If I'm feeling a little happy, that can take me about 20 minutes. It just depends.
It's going to be the perfect spring shadow for everyone. And we're only using 4 colors and you've only used 3. I mean, you could get away with 3, but of course you're going to get the palette on sale.
Yeah, that's something like the 4 is perfect. Like I said, I customized a palette for my client earlier. And I'm like, girl, you need a 6. Because I'm like, that is like your ideal neutral everyday palette. That's like my #1 rule for anyone is you need to have that beautiful neutral palette that you can use for every day. That's what's going to help you if you are on a time limit. You're going to have that there. That's all you need when it comes to eyeshadow looks. Also, you can go super, super dramatic with it, which is what I'm going to show you here in just a little bit. So now that we kind of have this kind of going on. So if you want, because you see Yas Queen is definitely that beautiful, vibrant purple, which I didn't use much of it because I didn't want a bunch of basically drama right there yet. So this is like my everyday, I'm going to go to work for an 8-hour shift kind of day look. So if I want to, say if I'm going out with my girls, I can easily take this palette. I'm going to show you. Setting sprays are more than just for your setting your foundation. It's also great for bolding or making your colors more bold and more vivid for eyeshadows. So if you've seen my dramatic looks before, this is what I typically do. So I'm just going to spray it with my setting spray, and I'm going to pick up that loose pigment in the crease. And then I am going to just deposit that right in my crease. And when I'm doing this, I'm just taking my brush and I'm just barely swiping it. It's still depositing that color in there. So, see the difference? So when you're wanting that dramatic look, going more bold in that crease and in that corner is what's going to give you that dramatic effect without it like going too overboard.
And you haven't even put the eyeliner on yet.
Yet. We haven't even done eyeliner yet. So imagine this with eyeliner. And I'm going to actually just keep one side dramatic and the other side just natural.
Cool.
So I can show you two combinations you can do with these colors. And again, so when you guys are using your setting spray, you just need one spray and then you can actually double dip back in because your brush is still pretty wet. Because if you get too wet, then it's not going to blend in how you want it. It will actually stick and be uneven. And if you have that issue, you can always go back in with your bigger brush, make sure it's dry, and you can always grab the lighter color. Like I have Gilded Lily. So if I'm seeing a little bit of unevenness, I can go back with my Gilded Lily and just try to smooth that out a little bit more. And this is why I told you guys, do not worry if you're making a mess. You can go back in and clean it. And this is also another reason why when I say blending is my cardio. Because sometimes you just have to go back and blend. And that is a-okay. So that is just more of your dramatic look. I'm actually going to bring it down just a tad bit more. And then when you are doing these, just be aware of your eye shape and how to apply this, because I know if you have more of a hooded eye, you can go further just to make it more dramatic. Right now, I have quite a bit of lid showing, so I don't have to worry about that as much. But this Gilded Lily in the middle, you can bring it up. So if it goes a little bit into your crease, that is okay, because we want that to show. All right, so let's move to eyeliners. We have some amazing options. So don't laugh. This is what my little eyeliner is looking like. I just ordered a new one. It just came in yesterday, but these are so good. I just use them till like they're nothing. So we're not quite to that point yet, but we're getting there. And I will tell you, like, these eyeliners are some of my favorites. Again, I have tried a bunch of different ones. This is my go-to. It is a gel liner. It's a pencil. We have an amazing sharpener. I don't know where my sharpener went. Here it is. We have a sharpener. I've had sharpeners in the past that have eaten my pencils. This one just does what it should do. So when I'm using this, just let you know, it is smudge proof. It is waterproof, which is what I need. I have very sensitive watering eyes from working on a computer all day. So what I do with this pencil, I just try to get the waterline. You have a waterline underneath your lash line and then underneath your eye where your bottom lash line is. This is where I put this in. I don't go super bold with a lot of these. I actually end up smudging it in. So I'll show you that here in just a second. But when I'm doing this, I just kind of go right where that lash line is and get that waterline underneath. And there's times where I just leave it like that when I'm going on a natural look because it just boldens my lash line. So I don't know if you can see the difference between the two. That's all it does. It fills in that lash line. And if you guys are like, I can't do that, that is okay, because we have some great options for you. This is just something that works for me.
And she is using the black. And we do have a liquid liner also, and you get to choose with one of our collections that's on sale from whether you want the pencil or the liquid liner with our amazing mascara. So that looks great. That's beautiful.
So this is our eyeliner pen, and I will tell you, because people are scared of this, do not be scared. It is user friendly. And I can tell you that because y'all, I don't like taking time with eyeliner. It is great. It goes on super smooth. You have to let it set for just a few seconds and it won't smudge. So super easy to use. I'm just gonna go over my lash line with this real quick.
That liner was the only liner we all had for years until the last 6 months. And so now we are all so excited. She's going to do a little wing going on here. Yeah. But every one of us is blown away at how easy this pen is to work with. All right, so tell us about the wing.
Okay, so like I said, super easy. You can do a wing. I like mine just to kind of be a little bit at an angle because of my eye shape. And then also where this look, you can see where I stopped with my eyeshadow. So where I stopped is where I'm going to put that wing at. Again, this is why I recommend this because it is super easy to use for a wing. The bristles, there's several different bristles in this brush. So they're very soft. That's what's going to really help with your eyes. So
this is a practice thing, guys. This is definitely a practice thing.
But this is like the perfect tool for practicing.
Mm-hmm.
And on top of that, some of your eyeliners can be super harsh for your eyes. This one doesn't. This is Angelica approved because my eyes are super sensitive and do not burn. So again, I'm just making a line right where that eyeshadow stopped. And then I just kind of make like a little triangle. So you kind of see I'm trying to hook it back to my lash now. If you guys are like scared to do that, just practice. Like I said, I just did this in like several different strokes. You do not have to do this in all in one. Like, it's super easy. Just practice with it.
Can every eye shape do like a smaller wing? Like if you don't want to do a big wing, just to kind of open it up and elongate the eye?
Yes. And that's why I was saying knowing your eye shape is so important. Because for me, I have more of that almond shaped eye. So when I do that, going up, elongating my eye that way. If you guys have more of a straight eye, you want to do more of a straight wing. It just kind of depends. And it also depends on the look you guys want. Like, I'm going to show you on this side how I just do a natural everyday liner look. And again, this is a perfect example. If you guys mess up with that eyeliner, you can go back in and correct it. Do not be scared. Everyone makes mistakes. Makeup is perfect for just covering those mistakes up. So I'm going to show you on this side. I'm just going to take my little nub here and fill in my lash line.
What are you doing on that side?
So I'm just filling in my lash line, kind of like the other side. Because when I do my natural look, I still fill that in, no matter what. That's just, I have that water line that shows underneath my lashes. Okay. So I want to cover that up and make it look like it's part of my lash line. And again, you guys, I made an oops, and that is a-okay. Because I'm just going to go back in with my brush and blend it out. All right. So all I did was I just went underneath my lash line where my water line is on my top lid. I covered that with black because my lids flip up just a little bit, and when they do, I can see my water line. So this just basically covers that space and makes my lash line look more bold. And then you can take your handy dandy enduring eye pen, and I'll show you guys in just a second what I'm doing. So I'm just barely going above my lash line. So I'm just trying to keep this side a little bit more natural. This side's more of my dramatic glam. And there's so many ways you guys can do this. You can make a smaller wing if you want. You can just keep it natural if you want. I'm gonna end up blending this side because I'm just gonna keep it just like this. So when you're doing this natural look, you can always go back in, and I'm just gonna use my smaller little brush, and I'm just gonna deposit a little bit of Yasmin right here on the corner. Just so it kind of blends, but it still looks natural. So you guys see the difference? And I promise I will go through the chat and try to answer questions here in just a second. So this is basically the difference. So I'm gonna kind of take you to that bottom lash line. Even for my natural look, I still use a little bit of this, and I just blend it out, and I'll show you here in just a second what I do. And when you guys use this pen, I suggest, if you didn't see that just a second ago, when I do it, I actually hold my pencil in place, and I move my head instead. Because sometimes your hands get a little shaky, and the last thing you want to do is try to do it like this.
Great idea.
Yeah, I just move my head back and forth, because that's how you get that natural lash line.
Okay, we got about 10 more minutes.
All right, well, good. Okay, so real quick, when we are doing our bottom line, I'm just going to take this Yas Queen. Again, I'm going to take my Handy Dandy setting spray. This is Time Setter if you guys are curious. This is my go-to for eyeshadows. And this is just a flat brush. This is a Morphe one. But I just like using that flat brush. And what I do, I go in with my eyeshadow and I just blend. So back and forth motions.
Love it.
So, and I typically do that with this side, but instead of using Yes Queen, I am actually, this is a different brush. So this is a small little round one. I know we have one for LimeLife. I just don't have that one on hand. Setting spray again. And I'm gonna actually take Gilded Lily because my lash line's already dark enough. And I am just gonna take that color and smudge it in. Because when I'm going for that natural look, I don't want it to look harsh.
I love that we can do that. You can take any shadow and really, you know, use it as a liner. Even if you didn't have your liner on, the black liner, you could actually use some of your shadows as a liner. You can use your shadows as your brows, you know, obviously for your brows. They're just so versatile.
Yes. And what I love is that you can layer them. You can add setting spray with it to make it more dramatic. It is whatever you want to do. Like I said, from natural to dramatic, super easy. And of course, you can always go back in and smudge it. So when I'm doing my lower one, after I apply a lot to my lash line, I just kind of go in with my smaller brush and just kind of blend it out. Because the last thing you want is for that to look really hard and harsh. That's one thing I don't like, just because we all went through that phase in middle school with eyeliner and trying to learn it. And when you have that hard line, your eyes look smaller. You don't want that. You want your eyes to look big, so they want to look bright. But you do not want the bottom to outshine your top, especially when you're going for the dramatic. Okay, so here's the mascara we were talking about. Here's the Take Two collection that we were referring to. So it comes with the eyeliner pen and with a mascara. Our mascara is a fiber mascara. It is water resistant, not waterproof. So for those of you who have had their run with waterproof mascara and burned your eyeballs out, this does not do that. Again, Angelica approved because I cannot do harsh mascara or eyeliner because my eyes are so sensitive. This was life-changing for me.
So that Take Two collection is regularly $38. You get it right now for $30. The Shadow collection that was regularly $52 for all 4 colors, you actually get for $40. So there's some incredible, incredible opportunities to buy things that you might not have tried that are going to be staples in your makeup arsenal.
And what I love about the palettes is you can customize this how you want. It's not like a makeup palette where you have to buy all 10 colors and you only use 2. Like these are colors you're going to use that you get to actually pick out. So with like my 4 palette, I can pop these out and put new colors in, which I actually have a live tonight, and that's what exactly I'm going to be doing, just customizing my own palette for that live. And then this mascara, you guys, when you keep it warm and apply it, that's where the fibers just really give you that volume. I've got really long lashes. They're not thick by any means, but this really just thickens them. It makes them look glamorous while staying natural. And when I'm putting this on, I kind of bit my brush, and that's just how I roll. It's just easier for me to apply it because I can go up just like this without poking my eyeball out. I can go under and lift. And what I do when I first go in, I just kind of shimmy up. So super easy to use. Okay, so let's get to some of the good stuff. Now that our eyes are done, we have our natural, we have our more dramatic.
Love it.
So this is my go-to palette. If you guys do not know, I'm a big fan of mixing my bronzers and my blushes to get some of those really pretty muted colors. My favorite blush is definitely Live, and I love mixing that in with my 03 bronzer. And then also
that whole palette right now was $64. It's only $51 for your white powder, your bronzer, and your blush. That's insane, y'all. That's insane.
And then these are super pigmented, so they're gonna last you like, I've been using this for probably 6+ months, and you cannot tell because I don't have to use much. So, and then you are gonna have to set underneath your eyes with a powder, just so you can make sure that your eyeliner doesn't run throughout the day. For those of you that have watery, sensitive eyes, we also want to set the foundation underneath, which I'm actually gonna go in with just my concealer. I'm gonna put just a little bit under here just to brighten it. Because when you guys use these beautiful purples, you want them to pop. You want them to stand out. So just a little bit of concealer under my eyes, not much. You can blend it in too if you like. So I'm gonna use, I'm just gonna use our, this is 03. It's an angled blush brush. And this is how I get that initial color from the blush. So I'm just gonna go in here, do a little bit, tap, because you wanna get some of that extra pigment off. And I just go from the outside in because that kind of contours your face just naturally. And I'm just starting off with a little bit. If I want more, I can go back in. It is easier to go more bold than it is to reverse it. So I just kind of start that way. And then once you have that color, if you're like, well, this is too pink for me, or maybe, you know, just too purpley, you can always go back in. This is our 01 brush. This is my favorite powder brush. And I'm just gonna go into my bronzer. This is 03. I don't need much, so I'm just gonna slightly just kind of tap it, get all excess off, and I can go in and neutralize that just a little bit. This way, see how this side's a little bit more pink, this side's a little bit more purpley brown, and that's just how I like it. But you can use bronzers for blushes as well. That is one of my preferred methods, especially when I am going with more of a neutral palette. is when I kind of get that brownish color on my cheeks. Like I said, you can use it to tone down any pinks that you might have. That is no biggie. So I am actually just going to kind of go back in. And I'm going to use my translucent setting powder. I'm going to go on my nose and underneath my eyes because that's just where it kind of needs to be brightened. And this is how that gets set, because the last thing you want is your eye to smudge all over your face. And I'm just kind of patting it in. And just quick little patting motions, again, on my nose. This helps with oiliness, you guys. So any of my girls out there that have issues with oiliness, this is where it's at. Put a little bit on my chin, a little bit right here, just to kind of brighten it. And then you guys, like I said, we have 2 different setting sprays you can use. We have our time setter, and then we have our oil strike. Those are our 2 different formulas. If you guys do not know, for all my makeup junkies out there, these were made by the same people who made Urban's Decay All Nighter. So if you guys love that setting spray, you're definitely gonna love this one. That was my go-to setting spray before going to LimeLife, and I was more excited when I found that out. So let's talk about lip colors with these lips. We have several different options here. So in this picture, we did creme brulee, which is this beautiful pink. It's really gonna make it pop. And then if you're wanting something not so pink, you can go with macaroon, which is a gorgeous, more of a brownish pink. And then I guess if you want to flare it up in like a little shimmer, you can go with wedding cake, which is kind of like right smack in between those 2. So what I do, I like to neutralize my lips because my lips are super pink. And when I put pink on pink, it's just more pink. And that's just not how I roll. So I just put on the leftover foundation off my blender bowl on my lips just to kind of neutralize all that pinkness. And then
that's a great tip. I love that tip. Neutralize your lips.
So yeah. So when it comes to like when I'm especially using birthday cake made my lips super, super pink. It almost looked like creme brulee, and that's not what I wanted. So I learned when I neutralize that pink, just like the redness on my face, it's gonna take out that extra pink pigment, and it's gonna create a more neutral canvas for this lip color. So if you guys are like, I don't like this color, try it with putting foundation on your lips and see if you like it better. I feel like it changes the color of these tremendously. So I'm gonna do half. I'm actually gonna do a 3 real quick. So I'm gonna do just half right here.
What is that?
This is the creme brulee.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna do it on the left side.
That's for somebody who wants like a mauve pink. It's just such a good neutral for everybody. That's actually in our light starter kit. I was helping someone yesterday and I was like, yeah, if you want a mauve pink, that's the way you want to go.
Yeah. So, and then the next one that you can do, this is more of your brownish pink color. And this is in the medium starter kit. This is the one I got and I love it. It was like the perfect starter color. Yeah, for macaroon. Yep.
Yes. And that's actually our #1 selling shade in the whole line, that macaroon. So that is the one all the makeup artists use on their customers. And then they might pop it up with a little bit of the lip gloss. But both those colors are great colors.
Yes. So macaroon, if you pair this with our beautiful humble lip gloss, which is in the $99 starter kit, it just pops. It is like my favorite combination. All right, so I know this looks a little funky. I have brulee on the left. I have macaroon on the right. I'm gonna give you a little glimpse of our shimmy shimmy with our wedding cake. And then I can show you how beautiful this humble lip gloss is, because this is something, if you do not have it, you need to get it.
Now, what are you doing there?
So this is the wedding cake one. If you guys want to add a little shimmer to it, it's like the perfect medium between these two. So it kind of goes in a gradient now.
Cool.
So Those are those three beautiful colors, perfect for spring, perfect for summer. And then here's our humble. I'm going to show you on my hand how beautiful this is. It gives you just that beautiful neutral gloss, and it's perfect for all these colors. And again, if you pair this with macaroon for all of my neutral girls, you're gonna love it. It just gives it that extra shine. It can change it to more of a neutral tone. Like if you do not have this color gloss, you need to get it. But
yeah.
So,
everybody that's a beauty guy, throw up like, what is your favorite lip color that is your go-to? What's your go-to enduring lip color? I'm curious. Like, what's the color you go to most often? Like your everyday. Like for me, it's obviously Sugar Plum. It's been my favorite for 2 years, but I do love seeing how these light colors are so perfect for springs. They brighten you up. That was amazing. Are we finished with everything, Angelica? You are amazing, my friend.
I covered it.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
So good. So good. All right. One thing you learned from Angelica. Everybody post one thing that you learned. That was fab. And truly everything you used, almost everything except for the lip colors, are on sale. So I'm going to pass it over to Kathy. I'm going to spotlight Kathy. Thank you so much, Angelica. That was such, and we did record this. So we absolutely will be able to watch the playback and be able to learn, because it's so fascinating. As we're doing all these, I'm loving watching everybody. And then I'm excited to go ahead and go back and learn by doing it myself. So, all right, so I'm going to cancel Spotlight. I'm going to add Spotlight to Kathy Maples.
Yay.
Kathy Maples is in the house, and we're going to just talk a little bit about a couple other items that we have that are on sale today till midnight.
Okay, so it's hard for me, Blair, too, to do it while she's doing it, because
Right.
I am so watching all of it. So it's really hard for me. So I loved it. I learned so much, because people have laughed at me for a long, long time because I love lavender eyeshadow. I haven't had it, so I'm excited to get. I ordered that palette yesterday. I was like, oh my goodness, I gotta have that palette. We finally got some lavender, because it's so beautiful on people. It really is beautiful. So I'm going to tell you about 3 things that are on the sale today. And she already covered the Fresh Start, but I'm going to go back over it. So you would pick a cleanser. Quench Cleanse is the one for normal to dry. It's just a creamy cleanser. Like she explained, it had more hydration. And then Dream Clean is for oily. It's got soapberry in it. It's for acne. Or if you just like that squeaky, clean feeling to your skin, it's more of a gel. So I ask people a lot of times, do you prefer gel or cream? And that's the way we decide, because some people, they already know what they love. So you get a
because there's
full
nothing that strips your skin. There's nothing to dry out your skin or strip your skin. So you can use either one. It's like you said, it's a preference. Do you want something that suds, or do you want something that's a little more creamy?
Because people usually know what they like on their face. And so sometimes it's easier for me to just ask that. And then the moisturizer we have is my favorite. It's pomegranate and oats. It's called Skin Therapy. You can use it morning or night. It's really good for any skin tone, a skin kind. It would be fine for everybody. And as a matter of fact, even oily people use Skin Therapy in the winter. Pretty much everybody switches to Skin Therapy. So it's my favorite. So that is normally a deal at $44. And it is a steal at $35. That is just like crazy to have skincare free of all harmful chemicals at that price. It's just unheard of. So we've got that. Everybody, Fresh Start. Gotta have
Kathy, why
Start.
do they want to, if they're using something that has chemicals, just in a nutshell, why do they want to shift from chemical to non-chemical? Like, what will that do for their skin? How is it different if I'm already using something that I know has got some parabens and different chemicals in it?
Because natural products like these work on the cause, not the symptom. They go in, they have antioxidants, anti-inflammatory. They are full of healthy ingredients that will rebalance your skin. It's all about rebalancing your skin. The reason you have situations is your skin is out of balance. All of our skincare is pH balance. We don't even have a toner, because if you never take your skin out of balance, you don't have to bring it back. So we have simplified and protected your skin by having a simple regimen. People get confused that they have to have many harmful, stinging products to make it better, but no. Chemical products work on the symptom. We want to work on the cause. We want to go deeper and fix the cause instead of just being a Band-Aid. So that's why you need to switch. The second one, I mean, everybody needs that. Everybody. The second one is my favorite. I use it day and night, Sotox. I ordered 2 more because I will never do without this. It's a Sanji mushroom, which is a brightening serum. It's one of the first things that a lot of people buy. Blair and I, for a while, she was like, she couldn't use it. And I was like, you are missing everything. And then her skin changed and she can. And she went, oh my goodness. And it actually makes your makeup even look better. It is the most, to have such an affordable anti-aging product. It's got pullulam, which is a marine algae. It's just so full of goodness. I love the smell. I love that it's not heavy. Oily people can use it. Dry people can use it. Everybody can use it. And you can just feel it tightening. But recently, they actually started calling it a brightening serum because it has things to help with the hyperpigmentation, the pregnancy mass, the sunspots, everything like that. My skin totally. I have lightened so many areas because of Sotox. So it is normally a great price at $48, but it is $38, which is crazy. Buy 2. I'm not kidding you. I would never do without that one simple product. It's very light. You can see it's just very, very light. Goes in very, very fast, but your skin looks hydrated, and it's my favorite, you can tell. And then the other is 40 Cure. And how much can you say about 40 Cure? 40 Cure is from a tamanu seed. We still harvest it, I believe, in Madagascar. The natives realized that the tamanu seed that was on the 40 Cure tree healed skin irritations. And so now we've mixed it with some lavender and sweet orange. So it has this yellow look. Bug bites, sunburns, any kind of skin rash. And I will tell you, when I first joined, we didn't have a nighttime regimen. So this was our night cream. And it still can be for you today. It feels like butter on your skin. It's great for crusty feet. It's good for crusty elbows. It's good for cuticles. Psoriasis, eczema, any kind of skin irritation, sunburn. We're all getting ready to go to the beach, right? Really soon.
We are.
So make sure you have to keep this in the kitchen. You need one in the kitchen. If you burn yourself on the stove, if you burn yourself with your curling thing with your hair, if your kids get that, if they lick around their lips and they get that rash around their lips, you can put it on that. If you get those marks in the corners of your mouth that break out, you can put it on that. So
diaper rash for babies. Diaper rash. It's
diaper rash
heals the skin on a baby without chemicals. So beautiful.
And that's the great part about this. You can send your kids in there and say, go get the 40 Cure and put it on, and it's okay because there is nothing in there that can hurt them. And I love that you can carry that in your bag to the beach because you know they're going to need it for any kind of bug bite. It's great for mosquito bites. And so this is normally $38, and you get a lot because it's super, super concentrated. It is $30. I had one of my customers buy 5 yesterday, and I don't blame her. I don't know if she's passing them out or she's stocking it. I'm not sure. But
great
it's okay.
gift for Mother's Day. Great Mother's Day or graduation gift.
Mother's Day, you all. Think about sew talks for Mother's Day. Think about, or if you know that they need to get started on the skincare and they want to do it affordably. So there you go. Customer appreciation sale today. Tonight.
It's incredible that we've never had this in the history of our company. So we wanted to do this last Beauty on a Budget, because truly this is the best way to save money, is to get a sale when a company doesn't have sales. So we're just so excited. Angelica, that was amazing. I can't wait to put the record up, because I know people are going to go back and watch you and learn from you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Join us every single week as we will, and we want to have the topics that you want to learn about. We want to do brows, we want to do just a contour and highlight, we want to do a lip library where we have everybody we can see doing different lip colors and different, you know, combinations with our glosses and our liners, and we have so much available. And this sale, they keyed down to our 10 best sellers. So do you a custom palette, whether it's eyeshadow, your blush combination with your bronzers and your powders. That white powder is like magic. And just, you know, today, fortunately, is payday. So I know a lot of my clients were waiting till today to order. So now you know what's on the sale. If you have a little extra money, do something for yourself. This is self-care. This is you taking care of you. Go back to your beauty guide. If you watch this on the playback, make sure you go back to your beauty guide. Ask her for help customizing whatever it is that you're looking for. That's the beauty of this. We just want to make this perfect for you. So happy Friday, everybody. Thank you again, everybody who joined us live, everybody who gets to see the playback. Thank you so much for joining us too. Be sure to get back with your beauty guide, and she will help you with any questions and anything you need. Thanks, everybody. Happy Friday, guys. Have a great day. Can't wait to do it again next week. We will see you next week, guys. Bye, everybody.